All right, guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you guys don't know me, my name is Melissa Ferguson. I am a educator here in the hairstyling world. I am also on a Pomodoro timer, so I'm hoping I get through this whole video while my time blocking allows me to. If you're not Pomodoro blocking, you are losing a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of money. And we're going to share my screen right now here. Last time I tried to record, I didn't even record my screen, but here we go. So the real reason you are not making money behind the chair yet is we are feeling burnt out, underpaid, unsure where our next client is coming from. And this video is for you if you feel that way, okay? I don't do the fancy YouTube stuff. I don't have the pre-recorded studio. I'm going to bring you like real raw trainings that I've put together here on a screen so that you can actually take these PDFs and use them, come back to them, that type of thing. So PDF will be linked in the description here for you to come back and access this. But we're going to talk about 4 things that are keeping you stuck today. So that's pricing, burnout, boundaries, and broken marketing. And I'm going to give you 2 actionable things that you can do to start getting momentum. We're going to get going right now. Okay, so pricing. Most of you guys do not have a pricing problem. You actually have a math problem, okay? You're charging, but you don't even know what the hell your time is worth. And it's not about randomly raising your service prices. It's not about comparing what the guy next door is charging. It's about knowing your standard cost of operations. What does it cost you to show up, work, run your business? And then you actually need to reverse engineer how much you actually want to bring in. So once you know that, the pricing becomes really, really simple. And I want to reiterate this so many times. We are not a factory line, okay? Every single client shouldn't get the exact same pricing just because you charge this much money, okay? Your time is the most valuable thing that you have, and you are a high ticket stylist here, okay? The background of my video is like super bothering me. I'm gonna quickly see if I can adjust my background. We're gonna go into the bridge. My headphones keep disappearing. I guess that's not gonna work. All right, I am gonna give up on that because I am wasting time and detouring from my time blocking. All right, so calculate the cost of doing business down to the hour. So that you want to include rent, products, tax, supplies, etc. Okay. If you are stuck and you're like, I don't know how to do that, that sounds overwhelming. I want you to grab a spreadsheet and start dumping every single number onto it. That is an expense coming out of your account. And then you're going to take it and divide it by the amount of days that you are actually working. And that is going to give you kind of a rough framework of like what it's costing you right now. Okay. A lot of you are probably buying crap that you don't actually need. That's a whole other topic. We'll talk about that in the near future. But for myself, when I first started working from my master bedroom in my house, my goal was to work, I think I wanted to make $10,000 a month working about 10 hours a week. And then when I did the math, it was 10 to 15 hours a week. I can't honestly remember. When I did the math, I knew that I needed to be bringing in about $125 an hour to be making my goal. And then when I would go and price out my products and services, what I would basically do is I would gauge the amount of time it would take me. I don't double book, I only do single booking. And then I would kind of ballpark add the cost of the service. So for example, like a root touch up and a haircut for me, because I use a 10-minute color processing color, I know on average that's taking me about an hour. Okay. So standard root touch up, I would charge, I think it worked out to be, I'd have to look at my pricing, but I think it was like 139 or something, because I knew that like I'd have my tube of color, I would have my haircut, and then I would have my root touch up, and that would give me but the 125 an hour. Okay. Those were kind of like my standard pricings. I knew my partial highlight would take me 2 hours, so that would be 250 is kind of my base operating cost. And then it would kind of be like, okay, so I think I'm gonna ballpark use, $40 worth of lightener, $10 worth of toner. These numbers are way off, but you know what I mean. And that's kind of how I would come up with that. And then I would work with my clients based on their budget. I'd be like, okay, so, you want this, we're going to do a partial color. I've given you a 2-hour slot. This is going to be your price. Okay. So knowing these numbers is going to make it so much easier when somebody asks you for a price. I want you to create an elevation tier of high ticket services that go above your hourly rate though. So things like extensions, hair systems, treatments, like that type of stuff. And that's where you're going to like really kind of bank and know, for myself, like I charge, oh my God, what do I charge? I think I charge $460 right now to do a refit on my extensions. I know that that's about an hour and a half, 2 hours of my time, give or take. Okay. So boundaries. The real burnout isn't per se physical, it is energetic. The term energy vampires, I like to use that a lot. If you are an energy vampire, you are not welcome back in my chair. Boundaries matter to me. Do not copy and paste somebody else's deposit. Do not, well, if your books are empty, I mean, it doesn't matter if your books are empty. Don't just don't copy people's policies. If you are booking somebody, have a real raw, honest communication with them, elevate it, send them a welcome video, communicate your policies to them in that welcome video. Nobody reads the friggin' policies on your booking system. I'm sorry, they don't. If you are 90% full, enforce your deposits, tighten your policies, protect your time. If you were like 10 to 40% full, your priority is accessibility and connection. Okay. So like currently, as I'm here making this video, my books in terms of my education space is pretty open. I don't have any types of consultations or deposits or anything like that, because my goal right now is just to talk to more of you. And guess what? When you were in the salon, or if you were in the online space too, like sales happen in the conversations. And if you're putting like this weird like roadblock in front of people, they're not gonna want to book with you because they're like, I don't want to spend, like I'm not sure, right? Like it's resistance. So you only want to do that if you are a certain amount of bookage out. And like I will be totally transparent with you guys in my journey here too. Okay. So audit your calendar. How full are you actually? Be honest, base your boundaries on that. If you're not full, focus on frictionless access, DMs, fast replies, flexible openings, and then build your policies as your demand increases. Okay. Owning your products. Stop making sales for brands that do not pay you. Okay. You're already recommending shampoos, hot tools, extensions, but you are not getting paid for this. When you own your own retail line, extension line, even in a small strategic way, you stack profits without stacking clients. You get your time back. So I want you to think about how many times have you sent a client to Amazon, Sephora in the last month? That's income you missed. How many times did you sell hair extensions or even shampoo in the salon that came from a different company that wasn't your own company? Profit you just missed right there. Okay. So you really want to start exploring private label options, clip-ins, tools, retail, and then rework your service menu to integrate sales naturally. This also is something that you can do to kind of really up your client perception, your value. And it's also a great, safety protection. If God forbid you mess up somebody's hair and you're like, they're coming at you for a refund, you don't want to give them a refund. Like if you have your own product line, you can be like, you know what? I'm so sorry. I'm going to give you this $200 flat iron on the house completely free of charge. Like things like that. Obviously we're not going to skirt people's hair, but shit happens. So, it just gives you that leverage because you know that that cost of that flat iron was like $50, $60, $70, and you're giving them a $200 value, right? So you're fixing the problem to an extent. That's just like a random idea there. But anyway, okay, last thing here, because I'm going off on a squirrel tangent. So marketing, it's not always a lead flow problem. Sometimes it is a DM problem. Most of you do not need more followers. You actually need better conversations, okay? You rely too heavily on online booking. Yes, online booking is cool, but like connection is going to beat that so much more. I actually don't even offer online booking anymore. Like the only way you're getting online booking is if you're booking a consultation. Because if I don't know you, I don't know what your hair goals are. I don't know what your, if, I don't know what your business goals are. Like we need to actually have a human connection because it might not be the right fit for you and it might not be the right fit for me. And as a hairstylist, you have every right to be like, you know what? I don't think you're a good fit to work with me. So, marketing to rewatch your last 10 Instagram stories. Here's a question for you. Are you talking at people or with them? Build connection, not noise. Answer your people, right? Get the polls, build content based on what they're actually like asking you for support on. Build 5 DM conversations a day. Like honestly, I'd probably say start with 50. I'm supposed to say 50. I know that seems like a really high number, but you can do it if you are time blocking. No cold pitching, just curiosity and connection. That's how we convert, right? So like having a community, like reaching out to like local entrepreneurs, finding your target demographic, reaching out to them. Like, and if you want like my exact outbounding script too, like feel free to send me a message because we do have lots of trainings that guide you through that as well. Here's the thing. This industry does not reward the hardest worker. It rewards the most strategic. So if you're done playing small, comment below or send me a message. I think transparently AI wrote this for me. We're here on YouTube, so like you can't DM me. You can actually just book directly into my calendar because I'll leave the link directly into my calendar. I'll leave the link here for you. Based on when you are watching this video, based on my current capacity. Currently right now, the consultations are free. That may change as my capacity grows, obviously, but like here's the plan. We're going to clean up your strategy so that you can finally get paid like the expert that you are, work smarter, not harder. I can help you to kind of wrangle all this into your time blocking as well. And I'm super excited because I finished this video with 2 minutes left to spare on my Pomodoro timer. And if you are struggling with your DMs, I'm going to leave you with this. If I manage to do this properly on YouTube here, you should be able to see the DM conversation one up in the corner. I highly recommend that you go watch that one if you feel like you're not getting enough clients. It's going to walk you through how you can actually take your the leads that are coming in and help to actually convert them into more consultations, because often it is a problem in the DMs. You know, that like, how much is it question that you get. I can guarantee that is what is blocking you from making the sales that you want to make. So go watch that, grab a slot in my calendar, and let's get jamming.